Welcome to Leah's Tribe. I wanted to talk about some food and some gadgets that I have in my kitchen that I realized this week totally, not only is it just healthier for you, but it's simpler and it also is inexpensive. Here's how. Okay. So my first item that I went to when I was kind of thinking about this, I have a client who is looking to cut corners. Aren't we all? Like, right? And she just was like, how can I do this inexpensively? Which made me even think more about, well, what am I doing? You know, because I am living simple and inexpensive and eating plant-based and fasting. It cuts your bills, right? And you're healthy. So one of the things that I realized that I use all the time is a soda stream. And that's this, right? So, oh, I didn't bring the bottle. Basically, I fill a bottle of water up, right, with my purified water. I have a filter that I bought off of Amazon that sits on my counter. So my family uses it, and I fill it up with water. I put it on here. It literally pushes air out when you press it 3 times, right? You take it off, and you have a large, as you can see, bottle of water. When I went to use it, I realized, oh, it needs a new filter, a new cartridge. And I wanted to just show you this. So basically, right, you get this. I get Bed Bath & Beyond coupons. I'm sure many of us do. And the only reason why I go to Bed Bath & Beyond is for this, really. What I do is I use my 20% coupon. They have them right behind the counters, right there. And I recycle it and I get a new one. I get it discounted. I think it's about $14, $15 a pop. And I was putting this whole thing together and realized, okay, this was the waste that I have, right here. So not only have I saved myself money because I do buy these are my treat, but, you know, I had this on the counter, and I had this on the counter, and I was like, okay, so I know that water bottle, the soda stream, does, I don't know, 5, 10, like, bottles of water, depending on how you drink it and use it. And then you got this 12 times in a case, or, 6 times in a smaller case, or whatever. Point is, I don't need to pay for every single can of seltzer water, when seltzer water is water and CO2, right? So investing, and I think this thing was literally $100. I bought it probably when I was on my beginning of my journey, because I was trying to get off of soda and juice and all of that. And what I started to do was use my soda stream, make my seltzer water, and then just put a little bit of the juice in there. You cut it. That's 1% better, like a bunch. And then eventually that was even too sweet. So this is a great investment, totally. It's something that saves you money and is definitely worth. She's the woman that I mentioned, my client. She's a seltzer water drinker. She actually was a diet soda drinker, but not any longer. And so now she does love the bubbles, and to me that's exactly why I did this for myself. Sorry. Okay, it's a lot of beans, but it's this way. This is 5 pounds of organic chickpeas, and I think it was like $29, $29.99, something like that. But it's 5 pounds of beans, right? So in my head, I'm like thinking, okay, what else do I have in the kitchen that saves me money and I eat super well? This. Because for under $30, I get this. Now I can, once a week, put it in a crock pot, right? Let it sit forever. when it's done, I put it in the fridge and I use it through the week. I don't have more foil, more dried, recycled things to do, and more cost, because this literally just takes one time a week, remembering, put the crock pot together and put 2 cups of this in for the week, and I got food all week. So when people say you eat organic and expensively, it depends on how you're eating. If you're looking for a organic plant-based Cheeto, yeah, and you know what? I have my snacks, but I would rather spend $30 and eat this. I have to say, I'm kind of proud. There's time to buy a new one, but it takes forever for this to go through. So again, another savings. I put all these links right into this post, because I feel like, listen, it doesn't matter where you are in the country, in my head. If you have Amazon, a lot of these things can get bought one way or another. And I have found that this $5 5-pound bag of chickpeas is the best way to go about it for myself. So the other thing I wanted to show you in that realm is coffee. Apparently I need new. I just have a little bit left. And here's the story of why I buy 5 pounds of coffee from Amazon. If you buy ground coffee, there is a percentage that the FDA allows to have bark and bugs and crap in your coffee. And when I read that years ago, on top of understanding like how screwed up our food is and how, we really need to just kind of go back to basics, I realized that I could buy my own coffee beans and I could grind them up, and I know exactly that they're all beans and no bugs. So to me, that was something that already I had in my head. Then, of course, when you're looking for organic coffee, it could be expensive. You get the organic ground coffee already. What's the percentage of the bugs? I don't know, but they're organic. So for myself, what I did is I found that buying this is $40, right? Think about it. Yeah, I don't know where everybody is, but around here, there's a Starbucks on every corner, and somewhere around $10 gets you some kind of frappa something or other. 4 of those would get you a bag of organic coffee 4 months. Just saying. So for myself, I never, ever, to me, Starbucks is like McDonald's for adults and kids. And that is not somewhere where I go. But on the other hand, I do look to enjoy my coffee. And the other thing I do is I get flavored coffee. Sometimes I will just get a few pounds of it's not organic, flavored coffee and add it to this to mix it up a little bit. So I would highly suggest thinking about buying a little bit more in bulk and better quality, because you'll eat less and feel better. I also wanted to mention that down in the post, my cat is getting up on the table, sniffing the phone. Come here, Kim. In the post, I put a link of a whole page of snacks that I eat, oils that I use, nuts that everything, because a lot of my clients live around the country, and we can't shop at the same stores, but we tend to have an Amazon. So for myself, it is one of those things. Even before the pandemic, I could blame it on the pandemic like many people, but I use Amazon. And so I use it wisely now, and that to me is super important. I wanted to also mention one other, because I'm on food and saving money and all that, because I really truly believe that for myself in this next year and in the next month or so, I'm really going to fine tune and figure out how much does it cost me to eat each day the way I eat and feel better and do what I'm doing. How can I make that type of meal plan for somebody? So Misfit markets, it's something that has been high and low through the pandemic. You got some food that was a little They've changed their marketing. They've changed it used to be you'd get a mystery box, which was kind of cool because you could just try new things. You're like, what the hell is this thing? And it's a butternut squash. And now I'm going to figure out what to do with it. And doing a little of that, you change the way you eat. And to me, that's huge. So I loved Misfit Markets then. Misfit Markets changed now where you have to use up to $30 and then they'll ship it to you. Which, again, I feel like the discounts are so good that I do it. And what I do is I just focus on the fruits and vegetables, because what they did, where I'm like, is they then now put all the other foods that you can buy and stuff, and they expand. We all can just change, but it's organic, expensive in my head, not quality food, because if you flip that stuff over and read the ingredients, it's still like cane sugar is number 2. It's just organic, so always reading the ingredients. It's organic fruits and vegetables, total discount, and you can't find a organic pineapple for like $3. It just doesn't, it's not. And if you want an organic pineapple, they do have that kind of stuff. So Misfit Markets, again, I did put a link down below to that. And I also, the last thing I wanted to talk about was I put a post together about my journey and how I have learned to deal with my anxiety other than putting it out with liquor or cigarettes or stress or anxiety, depression, all that fun stuff. And so somebody asked me what were some healthy ways that I suggest for dealing with anxiety. And it was a great question because it made me think, okay, so what am I doing, One of the things that I do that I've read when I needed to kind of pull myself out of that, I started understanding that journaling could help, or having a theme song could help, or saying affirmations could help. And so I started to just kind of do those things. And, there's that theory of, fake it till you make it kind of thing. And I do believe that there's a point where you start to believe and push forward on what you're thinking. So I have a journal, and I did put, I think this is one of my favorite journals ever. And here's why. They're thicker, so you can use marker. And they're wider, so for me, I don't like small. I can't even see with my own eyes. I need glasses all the time. So the bigger the better. And then the meditation. I don't know if I said that, but I found meditation to be really important. The same client who was asking me about inexpensive organic gadgets and food and all that, she is a doctor who is dealing with people with COVID all over the place. And so I texted her, and when she's telling me about this craziness and all that, I said, I know we talked about a little meditation. Are you doing anything? You trying to move in that direction? And she was like, it doesn't work for me. I can't do it, and all that. And I said, And I was like, no, that's the wrong answer. Because the thing is, it's a practice. You eat well, that's a practice. You write in a journal, you're becoming a better writer, a better thinker, right? You meditate, you're practicing on how to focus and all that. I sit there with my earbuds in and listen to a meditation, and I can tell you, more than half of the time, I am like, whoo. But I sit there and I listen to it, and I do breathe a little different, and I do feel better. And when I first started to meditate, I did it as a 30-day challenge for myself, because I had seen somebody on YouTube that I followed, and he did a 30-day challenge with meditation. Did it for like an hour a day. I was like, I did some research, and it was like 10 minutes. You'd feel the effects. So try that. So like everything else that I was kind of trying for 10 minutes, vibration plate and rollers, and I started to just meditate for 10 minutes. At the time, I had a friend, an accountability partner, who's still my friend and an accountability partner. And we checked in each day, and we just literally like screenshot the headspace. Okay, day 1, day 15, day 25. And somewhere around day 25, I realized this stuff works. Like, I breathed differently when I was in the car with my daughter, who was totally stressing me out. I took a breath, and it was like, that doesn't feel like me, but it felt better. So I still put that time in to do it and just keep practicing, because I think it's part of the whole piece of being well. It definitely helps with anxiety. I know that when I've kind of forgot or got off routine or just wasn't as focused, you can feel it, you know? You can feel it. So that would be 2 ways. Another way that I think I mentioned was having a theme song. Having a theme song, I think, is super important. And I have to say, I need to keep doing it each day. I've been kind of slacking in the last week or two. But, because actually I only have one ear pod right now. And I don't want to hear myself sing. This is my logic. So, until I find my ear pod, I have not been singing. But here's why you have a theme song. So that you get energized in the morning and you have a better day. You know, if you feel, my song is Live Like a Warrior. I sing it, I feel like, you know, I feel stronger, I feel excited. I'm like, all right, let's do this. You know, doing that can help people just feel better, and then it may change the whole 1% better. So have a damn theme song, in my opinion. And the other is affirmations. A quick little story on the affirmation. I was in a shitty place years ago, and my mom was doing yoga at a retreat up in Massachusetts called Kripalu. I think that's how you say it. And so she was dragged me to go, and I was just in a dark, not so great place. Sitting there and just kind of going through the motions, you know. I'm sitting in these big circles with these cool people and just trying to suck it in, but not knowing really, like, I'm really not really there. And I get this little piece of paper from one of the circles that we're in, and it was about being thankful for waking up. And it was from the Dalai Lama. I'm fortunate to have woken up. And it gives you reminders, you know. And so I took that piece of paper, I half looked at it. It just was like, you know. And I came home with it, and it somehow made it to my computer, you know. And then I started just putting it up on my refrigerator. And then I started just kind of having it in by my mirror. And I realized, like, later, as I started doing more of this for myself, that kind of what I was doing was my own type of affirmation. I'd look at it, think about it for a second, and be like, all right, this is a good day, you know? So, I mean, there's nothing wrong. Another example, I had a pulled muscle in my chest. I thought I was having heart problems. Waited and waited. I finally got to the doctor. I was totally stressed out. And they say, it's just a pulled muscle. You know, I got myself so worked up over it. And I came home and I was like, I'm healthy, I'm happy, I'm loved. And I started just thinking it, saying it, and doing it. And, you know, it's just one of those things. Why not? It's you can change the way you are by your thoughts, really. So if we can do that, we could find healthier ways to deal with our anxiety. One other thing I wanted to mention, I did put this link to below, is I used something. I did a little homework and research, and if you know anything about me, food is medicine. I take oil of oregano right now to hopefully as a natural antibiotic to ward off whatever's going on in the world. But at the time, I started understanding that there was an amino acid called L-theanine, which had everything to do with green tea, and it's all put together, and it's all changed about a healthier way to change your mood. And so at the time, I was trying to quit smoking. I was a nervous wreck and just not in a great place. And within 15 minutes of taking this, I felt like, so it helped. I can't say there's other things that make you drowsy and all that. I did not find any of that. But it did just naturally take an edge off of something as I was trying to do all the other pieces. So I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but at least like try natural first in my head, you know. So those are some of the things that I would suggest, and I am super thankful if you are listening, paying attention, part of the group. I'm really thankful for everyone who's been in my path and journey and to be. I really am looking forward to the new year, and I am excited because I feel like each day now I am touching or talking to people or changing some thoughts of maybe there are healthier ways that are just simple, you know. And if you can do simple, inexpensive, and you know, my only goal, one of my major goals for myself, health goals, is to continue just aging gracefully and not being in pain. You know, I had lower back issues, neck issues. I had 5 months in the past year that I was really suffering, almost on the verge of needing surgery. And again, just kind of working on eating cleaner, fasting more, you know, working on my head, all those things. I went for a blood test that showed me what were inflammations in my body, and changing those things. I am hoping that this winter season I can get through without any pain and naturally do what I can to get out of it. So I hope that I can share that with you this year, and we can take our health to a new level in the new year. Have a great day. Bye.